Good morning. Thank you for coming out. If you could stand with us, we're going to do a couple songs before the service.
Can they hear you?
I think so.
Okay, good.
By grace alone, somehow I stand, where even angels fear to tread.
I'm going to say something here. This week, I feel like, had such a good conversation about the angels and how, like, we chose this song, like, we cry holy, we fall down. Like, if you're getting sick and tired of us repeating that chorus, that's all we're going to be singing when we're in heaven. That's all the angels are singing right now. It's like, I don't know, it was, honestly, I think it was a hard conversation for us, because just realizing how it must make God feel that here he has angels worshiping him 24/7, and then there's us. Like, it was just a humbling thought. Like, we do not worship God that much. It's almost like, I don't know.
Yeah, just kind of the thought of how to make our lives more along those lines, more constant worship through whatever we do. I mean, yeah, daily activities, not just something, I mean, it's easy to think about this as worship, but it's something that should be always part of our lives.
Generations are falling down in worship to sing the song of ages to the Lamb. And all who've gone before us, and all who will believe, sing the song of ages to the Lamb. Your name is the highest, your name is the greatest, your name, it stands above them all thrones and dominions, all powers and positions, your name, it stands above them all. And the angels cry, holy, all creation cries, holy, you are lifted high, holy, holy forever. And if you've been forgiven, and if you've been redeemed, we'll sing the song forever to the Lamb. And if you walk in freedom, and if you bear his name, sing the song forever to the Lamb. We'll sing the song forever and amen. And the angels cry, holy, all creation cries, holy, you are lifted high, holy, holy forever. Hear your people sing, holy, to the King of Kings, holy, you will always be, holy, holy forever. Your name is the highest, your name is the greatest, your name, it stands above them all thrones and dominions, all powers and positions, your name, it stands above them all. Your name is the highest, your name is the greatest, your name, it stands above them all thrones and dominions, all
all powers and positions. Your name, it stands above them all, and the angels cry, holy. All creation cries, holy. You are lifted high, holy, holy forever. Hear your people sing, holy, to the King of Kings. Holy, you will always be. Holy, holy forever. You will always be. Holy, holy forever.
Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Yeah. I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves the 99. I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found. Let me do that again. There we go. God of Abraham, you're the God of covenant, of faithful promises. Time and time again, you have proven you do just what you say. Though the storms may come and the winds may blow, I'll remain steadfast and let my heart learn when you speak a word, it will come to pass. Great is your faithfulness to me. Great is your faithfulness to me. From the rising sun to the setting same, I will praise your name. Great is your faithfulness to me. God, from age to age, though the earth may pass away, your word remains the same. Your history can prove there's nothing you can't do. You're faithful and true. Though the storms may come and the winds may blow, I'll remain steadfast and let my heart learn when you speak a word, it will come to pass. Great is your faithfulness to me. Great is your faithfulness to me. From the rising sun to the setting same, I will praise your name. Great is your faithfulness to me. I put my faith in Jesus, my anchor to the ground, my hope and firm foundation. He'll never let me down. I put my faith in Jesus, my anchor to the ground, my hope and firm foundation. He'll never let me down. Great is your faithfulness to me. Great is your faithfulness to me. From the rising sun to the setting same, I will praise your name. Great is your faithfulness to me.
All right, you may be seated. Kyle, if you can come forward, we'll have a word of prayer. Dear God, I just want to thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity that we have to come here and worship you. I just pray that you would be with us through the service. I pray that you would open our hearts for what you've prepared for us. I just pray that you'd give Kyle the words to speak, and I just pray that you'd give him the boldness to speak out. Pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome to Shiloh, and just special thank you to all the visitors that are here, to everybody that's watching online, and a very warm greeting to all the Rissers up here in the front row. There are a lot of them. This is my brother Lance and Rosanna from here in the city. Ryan and Kalina are visiting us from Mount Jewett, Pennsylvania, and Bradley and Rochelle live way, way, way far away. Way too far away. out in Hicksville, Ohio. So I want to welcome you here this Sunday morning. It's going to be a little bit of an interesting message. I don't usually have this many illustrations, so I told people there's far more potential for things to go wrong, but people remember that, so I'm not too worried about it if things do go wrong. But how many remember, and the last song was a hint, what we talked about last time I preached, which was about 2 months ago. So do any of you remember what I talked about? Because this is part 2 of that message. Anybody remember? We talked about the Abrahamic covenant. So we talked about the God of Abraham this morning. We talked about the Abrahamic covenant, and we talked about what it was as a whole. And that what God started with Abraham culminates in what happened on the cross, and why that's important. Why it was important that Jesus said it is finished, and we don't really know what was finished, or we don't think we know. But the Jews would have put together something that God finished something he had started 2,000 years before. God joins covenant with Abraham in Genesis 15, and what does this covenant all include? And then the question I would come back to at the end, are you willing to join covenant with the Creator, and what does that mean for you? So let's go ahead and take a look in Genesis 15. We'll start off with Genesis 15 here, and verses 7 to 11. This is a refresher. We talked a little bit about it, but we're going to try to make it a little more memorable this time. Genesis 15, 7 to 11. And he said to him, I am the Lord who brought you out from Ur of the Chaldeans to give you this land to possess. But he said, O Lord God, how am I to know that I shall possess it? And he said to him, bring me a heifer 3 years old, a female goat 3 years old, a ram 3 years old, a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. And he brought all these, cut them in half, and laid each half over against the other, but he did not cut the birds in half. And when birds of prey came down on the carcasses, Abram drove them away. So you're going to have to use your imagination a little bit this morning, but God told Abraham to bring all of these animals. And when you read that, you have no idea what he meant. But Abraham knew exactly what God meant. So Abraham takes these animals and he cuts them, half of them over here, half of them over here. There's a trough in the middle that he dug out himself. As he cuts them, and this will be for our purposes this morning, the blood flows and the blood sits in a pathway, and there's this trough of blood that's there on the ground. And Abraham knows that this is the start of the covenant. This is the blood path. Verse 12 says, as the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell on Abraham, and behold, dreadful and great darkness fell upon him. A very small verse. But Abraham's already made the blood path, and he is waiting here because God's going to join him in covenant. And he's waiting, and he's waiting, and he's waiting. And a realization comes over Abraham that if God joins him in the covenant, if God comes over here to join him in the covenant, says, I want to make the covenant with you, that Abraham has to do something. This is the start of every covenant. This is the blood path. Abraham has to walk through this blood path and get the blood on his robe and come to this side. And God will walk through the covenant, walk through the blood path, and get blood on his robe. And when you fail the terms of the covenant, you're saying what happened to the animals on either side, you can do that to me. Okay, and Abraham wants to join this covenant with God to hold God's promises. But he knows that if God does that, what's the chances that Abraham can hold up his covenant compared to what God can? Any prayer of doing that? No prayer, no chance. And Abraham realizes that if God fulfills his end of the covenant, Abraham is a dead man. He's a dead man. There's nothing he can do about it. So what does God do? Verse 17, when the sun had gone down and it was dark, behold, a smoking fire pot and a flaming torch passed between these pieces. On that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, to your offspring I give this land from the river of Egypt to the great river, the river Euphrates. And before he does that, he knocks Abraham out. And God takes two things and he takes them through the covenant. And God walks through the covenant both ways for Abraham because he knows that Abraham can't do it himself. He knows that if Abraham goes through as a man, he's not going to be able to uphold it, and he's going to kill him. He's going to have to kill him because he can't uphold it. So, what do they do with this covenant? Ryan, you can come forward at this time. Ryan's going to help me out. Ryan's going to be a person. No, the boys can stay for now. You can bring your coat on up. So Ryan's going to be the person that I'm going to join covenant with. So this is what it means to join covenant. First of all, we make this blood path, and I walk through it, and they're actually supposed to dance when they walk through it, but we're Mennonites, so we can't do that. I come back, and there would be blood on my shirt, then Ryan would come through. It's not a good dance, but... And now we both have started this covenant, so now we are going to be in covenant with each other. So we've started the covenant. So the next thing that we will do is we will exchange our coats. So I will come through. I'll give Ryan my coat. There you go. Ryan will give me his coat. No, you can stay right there. That's fine. And we will put these on. We won't put them on this morning. It is very, very hot. But when you put on somebody else's coat, what you're doing is you're taking on their identity. So in Isaiah 61:10, Isaiah says, I will greatly rejoice in the Lord. My soul shall exult in my God, for he has clothed me with the garments of salvation. He has covered me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decks himself like a priest with a beautiful headdress, and as a bride adorns herself with her jewels. And that's what we get. So we're joining this covenant with God, and God is adorning us with his clothes, with his robe of righteousness, with his garment of salvation. He's putting his clothes on us, his identity on us. The point of this is, now when somebody walks down the road, they see Ryan, and their first thought is, no, that's Kyle. He's got his Kyle. I can see him from a distance. You only had one coat in those days. Oh, there's Kyle coming down the road, and then as he gets closer, it's like, oh, wait, I thought it was Kyle, but it's Ryan. And people see me walking down the road, and they go, hey, Ryan. And they go, whoa, you're not Ryan, you're Kyle. Because I look so much like him now because I'm wearing his clothes. And when you enter covenant with the Creator, you're wearing not what you thought you're wearing the clothes of God the Creator. If you're in covenant with him, people that see you come see, wow, I see something different about you. You look an awful lot like Jesus does. You have that cleanness about you. You have that salvation around you. You have that righteousness around you. And they see that beautiful thing. So what does God get in this gift? What clothes do we have? We have the likeness of human flesh. That's our clothes. And God took that on because he wants to be in covenant with us. And he took that on through the person of Jesus Christ. So the next thing that we will do is we'll exchange belts. So you took off your belt, and on your belt, so in American society, this does not translate well. We use a belt to keep our pants up. That's the only reason we wear a belt, and it's stylish. Their society had a little more meaning than that. So you exchange belts, but on that belt, you had a bunch of spots on the belt, and on those spots on the belt, you had your weapons. Now, you did not go to Ace Hardware store and buy your weapons. This is 2000 BC. You can't do that. Ace was around then for sure, but they didn't have weapons yet. So you give him your belt, but on your belt, you have probably a sword or a bow and arrow or a hatchet, maybe even your shield. You have all of your weapons. And when you trade those, you're giving all of your weapons to the person you're going into covenant with, and they give you all of their weapons. And remember, these weapons are weapons you made yourself. You went out and you crafted each one by hand, and you made them yourself. They're very important to you. They're very important to your well-being. When you join covenant with the Creator, he gives you his weapons. And what are his weapons? Ephesians 6:11, put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And he gives us his weapons. And God gets our armor. Guess what armor you have to fight spiritually as a human being? It's not very much. It's nothing. God gets our armor with nothing. But then an important second part comes to this, because when you trade that armor back and forth, you're trading something else at the exact same time, and that is that you're trading your enemies. You're saying, Ryan, my enemies, they're now your enemies, and you're going to fight them with the weapons that I gave you. And Ryan's saying, Kyle, my enemies, they're now your enemies, and I've crafted weapons to fight against them for you. So you trade enemies. Our enemy is death. It's been the enemy of humankind. And Jesus said, I will take your armor. What do we got? Nothing. I'll take that. And I will challenge death with that. I will take on death, and I'll take it on with nothing. I got nothing, but I'm going to take it on for you. But then God says, I've got an enemy as well. And his name is Satan, and he's a roaring lion. And you didn't have anything to fight him with, but I'm going to give you a bunch of really powerful stuff, and I want you to go out and fight him if you'll join in covenant with me. And Ephesians 6 explains exactly what this is. And rather than going into all the little things, I want to explain the things that they talk about. So his weapons are truth, righteousness, readiness given by the gospel of peace, faith, salvation, and the sword of the Spirit. And that's the ones that we know of and that we think of often. But then Paul goes on to also say, also prayer, supplication, and perseverance. Those are the weapons that God's given you to fight the enemies. And you might have asked yourself before, why would he give us those things? Why do we get those things? And it's because you are in covenant. You have traded your armor to God, and he's given his armor back to you. The third thing that we do is we trade names. And it worked out with Abram and God. God took his name and turned him into Abraham, put Yah in the middle, and he put his name into us. This would be similar to, if we would do this, Ryan would become Ryan Kyle Risser, and I would become Kyle Ryan Risser. So that's what we do. We take God's name, and now he's in us. We take his name, and God, for his part, becomes the Son of Man. He takes on the name of a man. When you do that, you also trade part of your identity. Now Ryan identifies with me, and I identify with him. And it's the same way God identified with us, and we love that God identifies with us, but now you have the privilege of identifying with him as well. And then we get to one of the best parts of the covenant. And this is where you sit down and you eat together, and you eat. Here, you can open this up. You take wine and bread. Can you open that? I did not look to see how that opens. Ooh. Just a little bit. Not too much. We're a Mennonite church here. Our bread this morning, in the Old Testament, was unleavened bread. We did not have time to make unleavened bread, so it's a graham cracker. Don't judge, okay?
No alcohol, I'm pretty sure.
So, you took a piece of bread. You can break that. Oh, you break it. He would break that, and he would give some to me. Oh. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they toasted, but we can toast.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. And you ate and you drank together. And when you do that, whenever you eat and drink with somebody, you're saying everything is good between us. The covenant is still in place. We've made communion out to be just a thing about Jesus and the cross. But I want you to realize that when you take communion together, when you join that, you are actually looking back to a covenant that was made 2,000 years even before Christ. You're going back and you're saying, God, I celebrate this covenant between me and you, the covenant that started with Abraham. And it was just a sign that they were one with each other. They were knit together. And you'll see this throughout the New Testament and the Old Testament. One of the signs that you were in agreement with somebody else was that you ate with them. And we talked about it a little bit in the previous message, but one of the big things that one of the big controversies in the church was when Peter had come. Boy, I'm getting Peter and Paul mixed up. One of them had come and the other one was eating with Gentiles, but when the Jewish people came, he stopped eating with the Gentiles and went and ate with the Jewish brothers that came. And he said, what you're doing is not right. You don't stop. Paul told Peter, you can't do that. You have to eat with the Gentiles because we are reaching out to them. You eat with the people that you are connected with. And I just want you to remember that. When you take communion, you are reminding yourself of the covenant that you took with God the Creator. And then came the end of the covenant. And the end of the covenant had something that was so powerful, it would alter your life forever. And this is also one of the reasons that I believe that you did not enter this covenant with multiple people. This was a covenant you took on with one other person. And that was that you exchanged sons. Terrence, you can come on up. Lincoln, you can come on up. Lincoln, you go over there. Terrence, you come over here. So what me and Terrence would do, we would walk through this, and I would say, Ryan, this is my firstborn son, my beloved son, Terrence. Today, he is no longer Terrence Risser. He is now Terrence Risser, because our last names are the same. It's unfortunate, but it's the way it works. Treat him like he is your son, because from here on out, he is your son. He will take part of your inheritance when you pass away, and he is no longer my son. When I would be done doing this, I would turn my back on my son, and he would no longer be my son. And I would walk back to my side of the covenant. Terrence, you would stay over there. Then Ryan would bring his son.
I'll say what you said, but I can't remember.
And he would say, Kyle, this is Lincoln Risser, my beloved son, whom I am well pleased, my firstborn son. He is no longer my son. He is now your son, and his name will be Lincoln Risser. And he would turn and walk away. And Lincoln would no longer be his son, but Lincoln would be my son. From here on out, for the rest of our lives, Lincoln would be my firstborn son, and Terrence would be his. You guys can both go sit back down now. Nope. You can stay there for now. Actually, you can go back down as well, Ryan. No, I can. Genesis 22, 1 and 2. We've made a big deal about this in our Mennonite circles, why God would ask this, what Abraham's amazing faith. But I want to read through these things, because this is shortly after that covenant. After these things, God tested Abraham and said to him, Abraham, and he said, here am I. He said, take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains which I shall tell you. And God says, Abraham, I want your son. I want your son. And I think in the back of his mind, Abraham was wondering how this covenant would end. And now God's asked it. God wants to complete the covenant with him. And we won't read through the whole story, but Abraham does it. He does it. And this is way more than what you think it is, because in Jewish thought, you would much rather be killed than lose your son. You lost your son, you lost your lifeline, you lost your inheritance, you lost everything for years to come. And they were more worried about the next 200 years than what we are today. Their son was everything to them. They were their hope of future generations. They were everything to them. And Abraham said, God, you're asking me to give up everything for you? Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to uphold my end of the covenant. And we know that God blessed him and did not take his son at that time. But he said, I know that you would have sacrificed your son for me. And God accepted that as a sacrifice. And then what happened? Because for the Jews, Abraham gave his son. That's half of the end of the covenant. But there has to be a second half to that. So if Abraham gave up his son, then God has to finish that. Does he not? And the world waited and waited. Would God answer? And he does in incredible fashion. God offers us Jesus Christ, his only son, and he is asking in exchange. He wants your lives, your hopes, your dreams, everything for the future. He wants to be in covenant with you. And I ask again, are you up for the challenge of entering that covenant with God? You now know far more what it entails, why you do a lot of the things that you do. Are you willing to enter the covenant with God? And too often I think we give you all the answers. So I'm leaving you with some homework today. And here's the homework. Galatians 4, you can write it down. Galatians 4, I want you to read through Galatians 4. Because Abraham did not have one son, he had two sons. And our New Testament talks about those two sons. They're two allegories of two separate covenants. And you, my brother, will need to decide which of those two covenants you will follow, because you cannot follow both. So read well and choose well. Thank you so much.
If you could stand up with us, we have one more song here, and then we'll turn the time over to the moderator.
Even now, I can see darkness is fading. Walls of fear, brick by brick, will come down. Your light will shine, lifting me out of the shadows. 'Cause here and now, I know where my breakthrough is found. I'm gonna sing my way out of the valley. I'm gonna shout my way up to the mountain. I will I'm gonna praise, I'm gonna praise, I'm gonna push through till every lie crumbles. I'm gonna dance in the midst of the rain. I'm gonna rest in the arms of the Father. I'm gonna praise, I'm gonna praise your name. There's a sound welling up from within me. Heaven's power calling hope to arise. So I'm standing tall here in the strength of your victory. 'Cause when you come, every wrong is made right. I'm gonna sing my way out of the valley. I'm gonna shout my way up to the mountain. I will take hold of the truth of your promise. I'm gonna praise, I'm gonna praise, I'm gonna push through till every lie crumbles. I'm gonna dance in the midst of the rain. I'm gonna rest in the arms of the Father. I'm gonna praise, I'm gonna praise your name. Fear and depression, shame and confusion, you have to bow, oh you have to bow. All lesser things that demand my attention, you have to bow, oh you have to bow. Fear and depression, shame and confusion, you have to bow, oh you have to bow. All lesser things that demand my attention, you have to bow, oh you have to bow. I'm gonna sing my way out of the valley. I'm gonna shout my way up to the mountain. I will take hold of the truth of your promise. I'm gonna praise, I'm gonna praise, I'm gonna push through till every lie crumbles. I'm gonna dance in the midst of the rain. I'm gonna rest in the arms of the Father. I'm gonna praise, I'm gonna praise your name.
All right, turn the time over to the moderator. You may be seated again. Do we have a moderator? Oh, Dave.
Wow, you know why we can praise our way out of the valley and shout our way up to the mountain? It's because of that covenant. I mean, you think about it. What did you have to offer God? Absolutely nothing. And what did he offer you? It's everything. It's life. And so because we